Good morning, everybody. This is Saturday, April 11th. I'm going to be showing you the simple scrapbook page in just a few minutes. I'm just waiting for people to get logged on. Okay. We have a couple more minutes. If you could just be patient with me, please. One more minute, it looks like. I just want to make sure that people can find me that are looking for me. So let's do a little bit of talking. I know tomorrow is Easter, and none of us will be able to celebrate with our families, and it would be challenging, and you're probably saying to yourself, oh, I'm not going to have any Easter pictures. Well, you might not, but I would recommend that you take a few of how your Easter was spent in Scrapbook them. I'm sure you have past ones. This is history that we need to make sure that we leave for future generations to understand. All right, so let's get into the scrapbooking. This is the hostess code for this month. If you would like to place an order, I would appreciate it if you could use this hostess code, but it's not required. Let's just have fun. That's my main thing. It is right up here too, and it will stay there throughout the video if you need it. So here are the pages that we will be creating today. Some of the stuff I didn't attach down because I wanted to just be able to move them. So what I'm going to do first is actually teach you different parts of it. So hopefully you can see this. How I did different parts of it. I know we all have our own little cutting systems, whether it's a Big Shot, a Cricut, or that Electronic Explorer one, whatever it is. So you can make your own, whoops, 2020 here. You can make your own numbers, or the word Easter, or whatever you would like. Okay, so let me just set these aside for a minute. The first thing I want to show you is how I assembled this little bunny. This was actually a card. So for those of you that are card makers, as well as scrapbookers, remember, any card front that you make, you can add that to a scrapbook page very easily, and it dresses it up. So the parts that you're going to need for your cute little bunny is a heart shape, 2 ovals of some shape, and as you see I have some sticky notes here, and I'll show you why in a minute. A couple of eyes, which are probably pretty small, you can't see too good, and a small circle, which is your regular normal paper punch, and I put it on a pop-up, some ink, a marker or a pen, a dauber, and a Q-tip. So again, oval shapes, heart. You can make this as big or as small as you want by using the various sizes. So how I created this template so I can color in my ears is first I stamp with a small oval punch, or if you don't have the oval punches but you have the dies, you can do the same principle. And then I came back with this. I used Post-it notes, but for the purpose of demonstrating today, I did use a piece of cardstock just so that you can see it easier. So with my Post-it notes stuck down, I'm going to take some ink and a dauber, and just shade in these ears. You can make them as light or as dark as you want. Now, if you don't have these little daubers, I've used makeup sponges, the wedges. And then when I slide this off, my ears have some coloring. This one doesn't want to come off. There. So now I'm going to take a little bit of adhesive and put it behind the top part of this. Add my bunny ears. Take a little bit of wet glue to attach my eyes. I'm going to pick up my eyes with a pickup tool of some sort. Just touch my glue. Place my eyes. Whoops. And then I'm going to put my nose. Then I'll use my Q-tip for some cheeks. And then a pen. And there you have it. So on my sample, I know I made a paper bow, which gives it a little bit of texture. But not everybody has the retired bow puncher. So you can add a ribbon bow on the top of this. Like this. And it's cute and sweet and easy to make. You can make multiple ones, big ones, little ones, and add them as you see on your page. Then the next part that I want to show you is how I created this bottom border. So I just cut a piece of paper that I had that was 3 by, double check, but yeah, 3 by 11.5. It didn't cover the whole 12 by 12, but if you wanted it to, you can certainly do that. I always tell people that stamping and scrapbooking are sister hobbies. They can get married very well because you use similar products. So if you are a stamper and you've been thinking about scrapbooking, grab your stuff. It's the same principle. It's just a bigger sheet of paper. So now I wanted to create the glass at the bottom of this banner here that I'm making. I always look at my stamp sets and say, what else can I do with it? So I grabbed this one from a stamp set that we had over the holidays. But look at your stamp sets. Look at them other than what their image is. See what else you can do with them. So I'm going to ink up, stamp, and stamp a couple of times before I re-ink. And if you want to fill in, you just come back just like that. It's totally your preference. And then I just punched out some small flowers with a punch, but those of you that have those cutting machines, I'm sure you can create the same thing. I just put them on glue dots and attach them up at the top. This one I'm making different colors. I'm not going to do the whole thing because I'm sure you can do that. Then I put little sequins on the top because it creates less weight on your book and less bulkiness because they're kind of flat. Again, these are just attached with a glue dot. So that's how I did the border. Now I'm going to show you how to cut your paper. You're going to use only one sheet of scrapbooking paper. I am using a 12 by 12 retired scrapbook paper. So you can share this same outlet, same layout with any page you want. You just can move the things around, or just by changing the color can make a difference. So the first cut we're going to make, I also want to say if you're leaving comments, I'll read them after. I can't read comments and stamp at the same time. So I'll be sure to go back after and answer any of your comments. I also will post some pictures in the cutting directions for you. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut it at 6 inches. Set one of these aside, and then take my other 6-inch piece and cut it at 3. So the first cut was 6 inches, the second one is take one, cut it at 3. Then I'm going to stack these two pieces together and cut it at 4. Not sure if you can see down there, so let me slide it up here. So when you're done, you should have two pieces that are 4 by 2, right? 4 by 3, and then 2 that are 3 by 8, and then 1 that is 6 by 12. So I'm going to bring these, oh, the other thing I wanted to bring these back in. The other thing I wanted to show you is that when I cut out my letters, and again you have whatever cutting system you use, if I wanted to add a little shading instead of another mat, if I put this up closer you probably can see it. Again, daubers and makeup sponges will be your best friend. I just take a dauber, ink it up, and just brush it, or flick it is another word I use, around the outside of the thing you want to add a little depth to. Yeah. All right, let's bring our pages back in. So let me take off these photo mats so I can explain the layout to you. So what I did is this long piece here that we cut is placed right here. This short piece that is the 8 inches was placed here, and then one was placed like this, just flipping it over. The same with down below. Then I'm sure you have some either paper scraps or washi tape or whatever. To add a little bit more pizzazz to this page, I just added the tape. Now, if you don't have tape, you cut little strips of cardstock, and it would create the same effect. So once you have your papers laying down, then you can begin to add the elements. So here's the little strip that I showed you how to create. Over here, I have created 3 4x6 photos, but again, there's multiple ways that you could put them. You wanted to do something like this, you could do that as well. Then I would finish up my little bunny and put it here. All this is a stamp on designer paper. And then I would either put some date here, and then you could add some flowers or whatever. It depends on a lot of, some people don't like a lot on their scrapbook. They want, remember, we want the pictures to really be telling the story, not so much the decoration. And the other part that's so very important is that you journal either about the people in the pictures, the event, or whatever it may be. I would recommend in your own handwriting. Those of us that are getting up there in years, and we look at those old photo albums that have the black pages and people wrote who they didn't always put who was in the picture, so you had to guess who it was. So that's it for my Simple Saturday scrapbook page. I will be back again next Saturday with another layout for you. I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me switch these so you have one more last look at how it was originally. And please share away so we can get more of an audience. For those of you that are paper crafters, I will be back on Wednesday with a simple card that you can create. Until then, stay safe, everybody, and happy Easter.